Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Crusaders of the Lost Idols weekly live stream. I'm one of your hosts, Erika, the live services manager for Crusaders and the community manager for Codename Entertainment, and I'm joined by the lead artist for Crusaders, Kat.
Hi.
So we'll be going over your margarita voodoo, the blood voodoo coloring sheets this week, and then yeah, we'll get on with your questions and the inking.
Yeah, so this first one I'm fairly sure is Bungo Bunts, because we've got some bits of squiggles up in the corner, which is pretty funny, and a nice glow from the cauldron. And I remember they had talked about using the simplified version, where I sometimes do a little bit of like extra shading stuff and just multiplying it over the sheet, which is where all the shading comes from. And it works out pretty good. So, yeah, Margarita Voodoo is pretty funny. I didn't notice that. There's a nice pencil crayon one with a very, very rich blood. I like the eyes. They have nice detail to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking real good. There's a very fancy one. Lots and lots of the lighting. Just, it's affecting everything as it should. Yeah, it just looks real nice. And a nice flat colored one with some sort of Technicolor bottles and stuff in the background. Makes them stand out, which is fun. And I appreciate the extra effort of differentiating the blood from the goo.
Yeah.
And this one's almost like a blacklight version, or maybe like a WoW version with the what are those elves even called? Night elves, I think. And green and purple. It's a couple of my favorite colors to go together, so I'm biased. I think it looks really good.
Yeah.
A small one, just zoom in. Very, very yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very interesting take on the face paint for Corey. It's pretty cool. And a very textured one. Yeah, it's interesting. It's doing lots of different types of textures for most places. Very nice. And another more subdued in comparison with the sort of canning colors.
Yeah.
I like the multiple colors for his hair. I forgot his name. Erlon. It's the morning. Good morning, everyone. I really like the blue wormies. I think those are really good looking. And here's another fairly neon colors for Erlon, and more like a blood face paint, I guess, for Corey, which is interesting. Actually, the colors make me think even more of Dr. Facilier.
Oh, yeah.
Princess and the Frog. Yeah. And this is, I think, the only other one that used the quote-unquote less detailed one that I did a bunch of like
with
shading.
The extra shading, yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting to see in comparison. Yeah. And that's the last one for that one. It was a little more complicated, so I, as always, appreciate everybody who did submit one and participated and hopefully had a bunch of fun.
Yeah.
And today I'm going to be inking this, at least as far as I can get with the hour that we have. So, of course, ask all of your questions of Erika or myself.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us how what do you think of the room system now that you guys have had it for about a week?
Yeah, a week and a day. Yay! So we've... Jay's gonna blow up the chat by starting the raffle any second. But yeah, we've got some regulars in chat. We've got Rusty Knight, Green Samurai, Leptimus, Dorinda, Lexi Ree, JS Random Numbers, Slab McLartuge, Cassius, EM Sam, Stormcrow 69, Kedgear. Yeah, so I will get started on the questions. It looks like Twitch Pal Player says, "Howdy y'all, thank you for the chest, can't wait to open them, wish I could stay for the stream, have a great weekend."
Well, thanks for stopping by anyway.
Yeah, thanks for a quick flyby, Twitch Pal Player. Rusty Knight is asking, how goes things? They're going well. A bunch of people asking why the Q&A was cancelled on Tuesday. That was me being out sick Monday, Tuesday, but all good now. We did put the cancellation notice on the Twitter and the Facebook, but I will ask Margaret when we're canceling Q&As in the future if she can also post to Reddit to let people who just check out the Reddit know that the Q&A is canceled. Yeah. Slab McLartuge, everyone having a good week?
Not too bad.
Not too bad, aside from the sickness, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Patusto, good morning, Erika and Kat.
Good morning.
Good morning. Grunge, hello to you. When would the new event start? We are still hoping to get it out this afternoon. Just doing the final details right now. Kevin assured me it'll go out this afternoon, but if it's getting too close to 5, we'll likely push it until tomorrow. The Templar, can you please increase the number of weekly runic chests we can buy with rubies? The plan is just the 10 free chests a week. The rune system is a slow burn with some extra bonuses from the dungeons if you can tackle the dungeons, but we're gonna stick with 10 chests a week for now. Or you could be a lucky raffle winner, because we're also giving away 5 runic chests again in both raffles today. Nature for fun. Any timeline on when the 5th slot runes will start dropping? Soon. Right now we're getting Emo's New Moon out. It's November next week, so Kevin really actually has to work on the launcher for CNE Games, so players can continue playing Crusaders. But once we've got the launcher out, we will start looking into the 5th slot powers. And Kevin informed me that the Steam Halloween sale prices are live, so that's cool. If you still haven't picked up some of our DLC, it's all discounted for the Steam Halloween sale. Although, hopefully, Steam is loading. I don't know, it's a sale start. It could be bumpy.
Yeah.
Storinda, are we going to get a coloring sheet this week, Magra or Crow? We're actually going to put out a cute little Halloween coloring sheet this afternoon, because we have to remind Margaret to do that. But yeah, we're going to put out a cute little Halloween coloring sheet.
Yeah, it's something somebody actually suggested on last week's stream. Unfortunately, I forget who, but know that we listened to your suggestions and greatly appreciate them. And I'm inking this now so that hopefully I can finish the rest of it at some point next week. So it'll be a little delayed as a spooky sheet, but you'll still get it.
But apparently
actually,
they'll be first over Magra.
Yeah, I was gonna say on that note, a quick informal poll: would people like to go back and get Magra inked or skip over it and just keep going forward, because I can do either.
While we're waiting for the chat poll, conflicting with Raffle, XCYT says, at Kat, is there ever a drawing or coloring that you wish you could do that? Huh? Or was that good?
That was the whole thing?
Yeah. Maybe redo? Or just what's your favorite drawing? Of the coloring sheets, maybe?
Well, feel free to ask your question again if that's not what you intended, but I don't want to say this one because it's not finished yet, but I do like it quite a bit. I don't know, the coloring sheets tend to sort of leave my mind after I finish them, actually. I guess I'll always be pretty fond of Anna and Xiaolong because it was the first one and it sort of got all this rolling. And also I just like dragons. Yeah, I find the coloring sheets quite a lot of fun to do, and I'm really glad that people like to participate with them. Sometimes it can be hard coming up with an idea, but by the end I'm usually pretty happy with them.
Yeah. It looks like they would like a chance at doing the Magra sheet.
Okay. Could definitely try and squeeze that in as I get better caught up with things.
Yeah. So Big Laritude says the EP gain starts to get pretty silly with multiple ruined questers, but EP has huge diminishing returns anyway, so no big deal. Yeah, although we'll keep an eye on the Crusaders with abilities that do care about EP, just in case those start getting crazy, as all the players start getting crazy EP. Gragatrim, I like the idea of the dungeon vouchers, but I feel like most endgame players can't use random event chests. Would it be possible to maybe give another option to spend them on, perhaps more runic chests, or maybe a random golden epic? That is unknown before purchasing, so you get to roll the dice and hope to get lucky. Well, there's a wide variety of players who can access the dungeons, which is why we went with dungeon vouchers, and players last season really didn't like normal jewel chests being as dungeon rewards, which is why we went with the choice. You get to choose when you get your random jewel chests, when you see the ones you want. So, which was also a benefit of giving out the vouchers instead of giving out chests at the time you claimed the reward from the dungeon, because at least this way you get to choose, instead of just being given 10 copies of whatever's currently in the challenge store for you. Green Samurai 23. Runes are great. More rune chests would be even better. Fair. Questions: if we send 2 Crusaders with mission doubling on a mission, do those percents add together? I'm pretty sure the tooltip for that rune says only 1 takes effect. So the Crusader with the higher chance of doubling the rewards on a mission would have that percent applied to the end. Not worth the effort. Is that an hourglass on the crow's back? It's one of their potion bottles, isn't it? Or a jar?
Yeah, they're all potion bottles, but they probably have hourglass somewhere in there. All kinds of knickknacks and trinkets.
The Templar, you said 10 runic chests per week, 2 from rubies, 3 in the dungeon shop, 3 in the challenge shop. Where are the other 2? That would be the 2 runic chests missions from the mission system, which you should be able to get both and complete both within a week. Roughly, if you're on top of them, starting them right when they spawn. Storinda, I enjoy the weekly chests, but it'd be really nice if they could reset earlier in the challenge store so we can have the option of runing for a challenge. I can't wait nearly a week to slot runes. Ah, okay. I guess we could look at changing the reset time on the chests, because the runes are supposed to be separate from the dungeons. I'm not quite sure why Kevin chose Wednesdays for the runic chest respawns, probably because that was on his mind with the season start, but we can look into changing the reset date if that's something that lots of players would like. Cassius, runes are good, noticing an absence of healing and bullet DPS buff for 2 examples. Will fist slots mitigate some of that? Looking over all the Crusaders, like even for the healers, they're pretty powerful with the healing already. So that's kind of why we didn't do any, like, your support Crusader who's also a healer, they'd have the global DPS and something related to healing. You're like, no, we'll just keep with the support theme, give them double global DPS, but depending on the Crusader and depending on what abilities they have, then maybe the 5th slot rune will affect either projectiles or healing when we get there. Bungo Bunts. Good morning, Erika and Kat. Any chance we could get a way to buy dungeon runs on the objective screen? I keep forgetting I'm out of runs when I reset, and I need to start a free play to buy a run in the shop. Maybe just a buy dungeon run button that shows up when someone is on 0 out of 15. That's definitely something we can look at adding in the future, since dungeons will be around. So making it easy for players to keep running them, probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, looks like Cassius won the raffle.
Nice. Congrats.
Nice. So yeah. Where was I? Seju Fallen. With the number of runes affecting missions, we desperately need a mission UI update so we can more easily find Crusaders with mission affecting bonuses. How far down is a mission update on your priority list? Well, you guys really want new talents to spend your idols on. And like I said earlier, the launcher is a priority, so you guys can keep playing the game if you're not migrating to Steam and you're migrating to the CNE Games website. So after talents and the launcher and events, possibly we'll look at missions. We'll see. Hawkeye Shen, quick question: how the dungeon bonus idols are counted? Are the current idols from the run or from all the idols I've earned? So if you're chasing the bonus idols from the dungeons, it's the percentage of all the idols you've earned. So spent on talents, not spent on talents. So depending on where you're at in your idol life cycle, it may be good for you to run dungeons. You may still be better off with free plays and getting the bonus boss idols if you're not getting far on the dungeons. Gagatrim, would it be possible to add a feature to disable the warning that you are about to merge runes, similar to other pop-ups like it? No, we will not be removing the warning on merging runes because maybe you're making a mistake. Maybe that was a misclick. But there are some, like, Kevin would like to let you merge all runes of one type, like merge them quicker. Like, so if you had 20 level 1 runes of the fire variety, we could let you merge that quicker somehow. So that's still on the list of improvements for the rune system. It just didn't make it out with launch. 25 hertz. In your skin shop, you got a few description duplications, i.e. it says removes human and human tags. There are a number like that, just to FYI. Well, if that one, human and human tag, because it's Carmen and Petunia's dwarf and dwarf skin, so yeah, it's removing both of their human tags because they are double female, double human. So when you get the skin, it removes both their human tags and gives you 2 dwarf tags. But we can double check all the skin descriptions. Bird Manchu. Hey, Erika and Kat. Hi. Do y'all know why the wizard's wife had hickeys on her neck? Because he was a necromancer. Pushing it. Gregatrim, what happens with the fractional EP that is gained from missions now? Is it rounded down? I think it would be nice and rounded up, but I will double check with Kevin. Seiju Fallen, are dungeon vouchers season specific, or can we hold on to them for potential future use? I would imagine they would stick around at the end of the dungeon, but I will double check with Kevin on that. Ignis Umbre, will Squiggle's 5th rune slot be so OP that it makes him a better DPS than Jiaolong? Hashtag Squiggle Squad. I mean, we can
keep hoping.
We can try, but Squiggles is on a low bench seat and Jiaolong's on a really high bench seat, so that's already going against poor little Squiggles. Sal Yangozots, is it intended that the cooldown increases for every runic chest purchased? My current cooldown will actually reset on Thursday now after I purchased all the chests. That was a bug. It should be back to normal if you reload the game. If not, Kevin, put in a ticket and Kevin can fix your timer for you, but he said he fixed everybody's yesterday, so. Slab McLaritude, with a week of dungeoning behind us, have you gotten a chance to see the points progress players have made toward level 21 or level 25 for the achievements? Are you happy with the average dungeon player's progress? Yeah, I'm happy with you guys' progress so far. Like I said last week, I do want you guys to choose between idols and the point bonus, so if you're making that choice, cool. Passion fruit. Will the weekend buff this Friday be the same as last weekend's, since it came early last week? No, it's gonna be a new weekend buff. This weekend's buff is a light in the darkness. You'll be getting buffs to Victor, Crooked Crow, President Billy, Tiernan, and the Evanescent, with a golden candle item for the Evanescent. Hardball UK, howdy ladies, hope you're all keeping safe. Thanks for making this game enjoyable. Thanks for joining us. Not worth the effort. Hey Erika, long ago when you were listing priorities, you mentioned something about co-founders. Does that affect gameplay in any way? No, it wouldn't affect the gameplay, but it's just something they would like to see happen with the game. But I think we're gonna have to tell them launcher comes first. Rusty Knight, could you pass on to Kevin much thanks for the lovely clean way buffs line up now, please? Yeah, will do. Glad you're liking that change. Storinda, I know quite a few people who play on Kong specifically because they can earn creds to buy in-game stuff. Is there any chance of another platform that will allow folks with less cash flow to earn money to spend on in-game stuff after we lose Flash? No. I guess there are ways to earn Steam Wallet money, not as many now, and I think they're trying to switch the Steam Points system, but there are some little tricks for getting Steam Wallet money, and the Steam Wallet money is used for making the purchases in the game if you switch to Steam, but we won't be doing anything like the creds program that's trying to get you to do surveys for free creds. Nothing like that. Hoff-Diddy, there is still a problem with the music for Crusaders when you are sprinting super fast. The sound the feet make when walking combines with the music and breaks the music. I think you're the only player that still plays with the music on Hoff-Diddy. So that's a low priority thing on the list of things to change. Gregatrim, would it be possible to get a hotkey to bring up the rune menu? That is on the list to figure out if we have hotkeys available for that. Croc360, sorry if this has been asked already, but is there a way to merge runes without actually putting them in a slot first? I have one at level 3 and enough level 1s to make a level 4, but can't figure out a way to turn those level 1s into a level 3 so I can merge it. That's what the little merge box is at the side of the inventory. You just drag runes that you have multiple copies of to that merge box, and it'll ask you, do you want to merge them? And it'll give you a new rune, so it'll take 2 level 1s to make it level 2, so you just keep dragging there. Like I was saying earlier in the stream, we want to make it a little quicker, so you can like, hey, you've got 20, do you want to merge them into 10 runes? It's like, that's an eventual quality of life thing. But yeah, you don't have to drag them to a slot to merge. That's a handy thing you can do for upgrading the runes that are already slotted, unless you've like removed them with solvent. But yeah, there's the merge box right beside the inventory, and that's where you merge your runes most of the time. Not worth the effort. So will the new tier 6 be in Magraseat? No, the Crooked Crow is gonna be in... yeah, I'm sure Kevin's done that already. The Crooked Crow is gonna be in slot 30. Green Samurai 23, to follow up on your previous answer about doubling mission percentage from runes, it actually says rewards can only be doubled once. That doesn't necessarily mean that more Crusaders won't increase that 1% chance. Are you sure only one is useful? Yeah, I meant it for only one to be useful, but we can double check with Kevin on that one. Slab McLarge Huge, this is software, anything is possible. Squiggle's 5th rune slot could swap his seat with Zhao. P.S. Don't do this. CO4 Carnage, sorry if this question has been asked, but is the Crooked Crow a healer? Yes, they will be a healer. Snow, event start today or tomorrow. We're looking good for today so far, but if it's getting too late in the afternoon, we might push it to tomorrow. Ian Sam, is there a limit on merged runes? How high do they go? Pretty sure the rune blog called it out. The max level for runes is level 15. Bunga Bunts, I'd like to put in a request for another gold healer crusader or some other way to get 100% on Temple of Dumb. Poor Bruno is getting overworked. It's about making choices, guys. He's either in your formation or he's helping you get 100% on Temple of Dumb. Hoff-Diddy, what is the Raffo shirt? It's not really in frame on camera. It's the Read and Find Out t-shirt. I got it from Brandon Sanderson's store. It's a comfy shirt for today. Xlade, hi guys, grats on the Season 2 launch, by the way. How's it looking with doing away with the gold missions? The runes that increase gold gain exasperates the need for them to be revamped or removed, as they're taking up valuable rune real estate. Gold missions are here to stay. They're not leaving. That's why there's runes, but we are planning changes to them eventually. Slavic Latitude, most of the high-end players I'm aware of are indeed choosing between idols and points, or at least doing a mix of the two run types. I hesitate to bring this up, but yet again, sprints are more efficient points per hour since points were reduced. If the points ramped up a bit at the end, it could make deep runs more efficient for points. Yes, I know there is a coins cost for 15 more plus runs. That's fair. Gragatrim, I saw on the Steam forums, you said that this season will last 13 weeks, but in the in-game counter it says only 12. Is it going to be 13? 13 was in my head because I was like, if we launch like that week, then I want 13 weeks because I don't want the season to end during Christmas break when the office is closed. But then it ended up getting delayed. So yeah, it's going to be a 12-week season. Sage You've Fallen, adding to the rune hotkey question, could we get a way to go directly to a Crusaders rune screen in the same way we can click on a Crusaders item to go to their legendary screen? Yeah, it's on the request list. I know Justin asked for it to be visible on the bench screen instead of having to switch to the inventory tab. If there's a good spot to fit it on the bench for a Crusader, then we'll look into doing that. Kevin got back to me. The dungeon vouchers will last if you don't use them before the season is up. So, there's that. Mrs. Dragon, how do raffles work? Jay will put a keyword in chat, and then you will get to type that in. And then when the raffle time is up, Nightbot will choose a winner. Rusty Knight says, Kat, I like the Crooked Crow's look. Looks super cool.
Thank you.
Hashtag raffle is not a valid raffle command, guys. Come on. You gotta wait for Jay to start the raffle and tell you what keyword to type. Gragatrim, would it be possible to show the shortened duration that a mission will take as you start adding Crusaders with runes that shorten the time? Similarly for EP increase missions. Yeah, those would be good quality of life things to have. So we'll keep them in mind. Sergio Rodriguez, what is the raffle prize? We're doing 5 runic chests again for the second raffle. Not worth the effort. Did gold missions save someone's life at Codename? Because that's the only explanation I can find to having them, not to mention making runes for them. I mean, we are a Clicker Heroes clone, and Clicker Heroes does have quests for gold, which is partially why we have missions for gold. But yeah, no, they're gonna stick around. They don't hurt anything. They help you get the mission completion achievements and buff the mission completion powers on the Crusaders, so they're sticking around. Slab McLartuge, maybe on the bench Crusader. Maybe as bench Crusaders get 5th runes, they could get a little graphic in the top corner of their bench portrait that goes to their rune screen. It is a bit busy, but better than nothing. Well, I guess we could look into cannibalizing the portrait space. Maybe. Templar says, "Go, Jay, go, start the raffle."
Patience.
X-Laid, could it be possible for the dungeon vouchers to spit out runic chests instead? No, they're meant to give you random jeweled chests. Squatter X, when is the 5th rune slot available? Coming soon, hopefully once we've got the launcher and Kane's Dinner Doom events and talents, then we can look at the 5th rune slots. Scragatrim, thanks for answering all of my questions. I know it was a lot. Really loving the runes and digging all of the new decisions we have to make. Nice. X-Laid, but they do hurt now that the Crusaders with the gold runes have a rune that's unusable, thus not making them have any worth as benched rune Crusaders. That'll be solved when we have the bonus for having leveled up runes on a Crusader. So, once you need 5 levels across all 5 runes on a Crusader and 15 levels on all 5 runes across a Crusader, that power, that'll be why. But also we're gonna look at gold missions too. Rusty Knight, a question for the future. With paired Crusaders, if they get skins, would they be got in one objective or split across time events? Paired Crusaders? So if we do skins for Grocklock and Drizzle? Because that's a paired Crusader. I don't know. No, they'd be separate.
Yeah, I don't think the pairs of Crusaders that still are around are not like Carmen and Petunia are the only paired Crusaders in my mind, because they're one Crusader but they're 2 people.
Yeah. Bungo Bunce, would it be possible to put the name dungeon voucher on the vouchers? Maybe a mouse hover tooltip or something. So many people don't know what they're called or what they do. Yeah, that sets on Kevin's to-do list because he couldn't make the tooltips work correctly. So he's still fighting with the tooltips to get those labeled. But at the very least, we should probably just tell them what they are. Yeah. Not worth the effort. I apologize for not bringing up Sailor Moon, aka Magical Girl Crusader, last week. Please take this Sailor Satyr times 3 as a penance. And then Jay is saying they're pretty sure Sailor Moon got brought up last week, and I'm pretty sure I think it did.
Well, either way, it is noted. And just for you, so I actually watched the first episode of Sailor Moon last night, just because I've been
original or Crystal?
Original.
Nice.
I still haven't watched the entire thing because it's like 200 episodes, so I've been thinking about trying again.
Yeah, but when you get DVDs or at least there's no commercial breaks, so it's 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get the ones that cut off the little Sailor Moon says stuff too, because oh my god, that was so yeah. Oh, I think I have it on my external hard drive that I brought from home. I might rewatch it too, except it's subs, so you gotta actually read the subs instead of doing something else while watching it, which to be fair, for media you should be giving it your full attention, but sometimes you just want to have background noise, right?
Yeah, I think I might end up doing sort of a combination. I looked up a list of all the filler episodes, and I'll put the filler episodes on as dubs in the background and then watch the story important episodes as subs. Because for this first season, at least, I've seen the entire thing both subbed and dubbed, and now it's just a refresher. So.
Right, yeah. Slab McLartuge, Season 2 dungeons and the new rune system are fantastic additions to the game. Thanks, Erika and Kat and Kevin, for all the hard work. Yeah, big thanks to Kevin for getting the runes actually out there and putting up with the wishy-washy ideas for a bit.
thank you. We really we appreciate the feedback, and especially like to see people enjoying what we're doing.
Yeah. Ignis Umbrae will be revisiting legendaries whose effects depend on other event Crusaders. They're pretty much useless now. As we have time, we might look at changing those that require other Crusaders in the formation. Just tricky. By the way, Erika, will there be more stability patches in the future? I feel like certain features cause quite a bit of frame drops, freezes, and lag. We can take another look. You can also put in a ticket with your computer information so you can figure out if it's that or the Crusaders you're using in the formation. Just tricky. Also, do we get the 5th runes for the first batch anytime soon? It's on the to-do list. Fly by Moon, the 4 Kids dub where they make the 2 women who are in love cousins.
Yeah, that's why I drop it by season 2. First season's fine. IMO, obviously they change things and they drop entire episodes and stuff like that, but it's so quintessential to my childhood nostalgia, you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, can never forgive them for what they did to Neptune and Uranus.
Not worth the effort. Also, hang on till you get to the episode where the monster recognizes her from her hairstyle. Real Clark Kent is Superman moment. I think the thing about the dubs and the chopping up was it's like when I first watched the subs and like the final episode of season 1 was actually 2 episodes, but they went choppy.
Yeah, well,
and they actually die too. It's not this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that was probably the biggest part since they were dubbing it for kids. They didn't want it to be so explicitly like they died. Although I still remember those episodes being not traumatizing necessarily, but like very standout in how real they got as compared to other ones.
Yeah. Jay says, if you want a intense episode-wise magical girl series, get into Pretty Cure Precure. There's 13 generations of teams and 15 seasons.
Oh my goodness.
That's a long one.
Not heard of that one.
X-Laid, with the new runes, it's become even harder to find the right Crusaders to send on missions. Could it be possible to get a way to make favorites based on mission types? Yeah, the mission improvements are coming up a lot with these runes. So it's definitely gonna get bumped up the priority list after talents and slot 5 stuff dropping. Kamarose, any chance an update to achievements is anywhere on the docket? The fact that we're getting past Area 10k now and base achievements are still from when Area 1k was impossible. Well, I do still have a list of achievements I'd like to add, but it wasn't going to be anything like, oh, complete Area 2000 on the permanent campaigns, because, yeah, you guys are way past that, but definitely still have some other achievements I wanted to add. Kedgear, hello Erika, can you tell me what % of the tickets you receive that are not bug gameplay related? I imagine there are a couple people sending in random tickets. It's a really low percentage. I think a couple people put in tickets this week about why the Q&A was cancelled, and Kevin got to one of them and said I was sick. But yeah, most of the time tickets are bugs, which is good because we want to know about the bugs. Cassius says, Sailor Moon, the outers are weird. Seriously, who thought Pluto, bringer of death, was a good guy idea? Yeah, it's a bit weird, I guess. Isn't that what Pluto does in mythology, though? No.
You can be a bringer of death and still a good guy. You just bring death to the bad guys.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't see a problem with that.
Things need to die and things need to be reborn. It's kind of... Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, Pluto's power as a scout is like, hey, let's just heat death the universe, but... Especially when corrupted, but... Jimbalolo says, Crooked Crow looks awesome, kind of like your own version of a Skeksis from the Dark Crystal.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the main inspirations. Thank you.
Sadie Fallen suggestion, common missions for each type of level 1 rune to give a more steady trickle of runes and to help newer players who can't manage the chest missions yet. We can think about it, but we are kind of happy with the free test rate right now. No way, Hoff Diddy won the raffle.
Oh, hey. Oh, congrats.
Gagachim, roughly how many bug tickets do you get in a day a week? It depends. Like, we got a lot of players putting in tickets for the rune test timers, adding extra time yesterday. And if it's just like trailing bugs and it's like couple, it depends on how many bugs you guys are finding. If players are still going through objectives and finding objectives that are still bugged, especially with new Crusaders kind of deal, or Taskmasters because they weren't around when the objectives were done. Yeah. Depends. Xlade, how many points do you guys expect the average dungeoner to be gaining on a daily basis? Also, did you guys ever find some fun statistics from the last season to share with us? So, I was kind of basing it on the fact that players were getting to Area 10,000 last season for the new dungeon season. So chasing the points bonus, you definitely have enough time to get to level 25, and then anything after that with all those extra materials, that's just gravy. Yeah. And no, we didn't have any statistics to share. Rusty Knight, anything you want to tease for us about what? Anything. Jambalo, what program are you using to outline the crow with, Kat?
This is Clip Studio Paint. A program I highly recommend if you are into digital art. It isn't free, you do have to pay for it, but it goes on sale quite often, and there's two versions of it. There's like the EX and then the base version, and the base version on sale is like $25 or something, and that's just a one-time license fee. It's not like Photoshop where you have to pay a subscription. So
the one-time fees are nice.
Yeah. The Adobe subscription stuff is just getting really stupid, so.
Gregatrim asks, I'm curious why you made the achievements for the dungeon go to Area 15, but the rewards stop at 14. Are there plans to increase dungeon rewards to 15k this season? No. 14k rewards is where the rewards end for the dungeon, but I do know some players want something to chase, so you guys can still chase Area 15k. Pretty sure you might get there. Jambalo says they like Manga Studio 5, but they're still searching for a better program that is affordable to sketch with.
I've never used Manga Studio, so I can't say comparatively. Just that I really like Clip Studio Paint. I've used Photoshop, Open Canvas, Sai, and Clip Studio, and this is my favorite of those. I've never used Krita or even GIMP, or Fire Alpaca or Manga Studio. There's so many.
Yeah. Just Ricky, will dual rune chests ever be a thing? It will take years to get a single level 15 rune. No, the runic chests will be the only rune chest, and then the future dungeon seasons, in addition to this dungeon season, will continue to award runes, but yeah, level 15 runes are meant to be a slow burn unless you're like really generous for some awesome reasons. I saw Bones, do you think the first set of slot 5 runes will happen this year? Hopefully, although Kevin did plan some vacation time, so we'll see with getting the Dinner of Doom event and the Christmas event and the pool party and the launcher and the talents and whatever time is left. We'll start looking at 5th slot runes. I saw Bones. Also, awesome job on the new season. Was totally worth the wait. Yay!
It's good to hear.
Yeah, no. It was definitely worth waiting to have the runes and season go out together.
Mm-hmm.
Fly by Moon. No vacation for Kevin then. Who's gonna break the news to Kevin? Cisco51, I have 100 idols to spend. Should I wait for new talents or spend it on the talents I have? We'll definitely be spending it on the talents you have access to right now, because when we release new talents, we top up your respecs. So if you're unhappy and want to jump into the new talents right away, you could always just respec your talents at the new talent launch. Like, that's what the respecs are there for. Slabbing. Aww, what happened? The camera turned off?
Oh no!
Yeah, the camera just decided to turn off. Maybe it overheated. But it's only been 45 minutes. Yeah, okay.
Oh dear. Well, I have to bring that up with Dylan.
Yeah, okay. Why did you turn off camera? Slab McLartude, area 14 to 15k run, even when doing full sprint, and all the shenanigans to insta-complete every level. Takes about 11 to 13 hours, depending on people's computers. The 10k runs used to take 6 hours, so many more 10k runs could be completed. Is this taken into account in the points rewards calculations? Yeah, they were. Xlade, thank you for the materials post level 25 in the dungeons, by the way. I don't think I can get to level 40, but I think I can get to level 35 while still doing the idol bonus. Wow. Jay's typing, the camera went, I'm a head out. I guess so. It does feel a little hot. Not worth the effort. Kevin goes on vacation. Moments later, the game crashes. Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully not. Not worth the effort. Will the new talents dwarf the cost of bossing around too? Well, you guys have small queue to large queue idols, so we are going to take that into account for some of the new talents. Seiju Fallen own dungeon points. If you're basing things based on how people did last season, you should probably take into account how big an effect bugged, unnerfed Bruno had. A lot of players got to level 25 last season, probably wouldn't have been able to be close without it. I mean, start hard, go easier, so we might look at readjusting some of the points later on as the season continues. Cassius, when in doubt, blames Squiggles. Halloween is giving him too much power. Yeah, Halloween's on Saturday.
That's when I'm at my most powerful.
Xlade, I still think you guys are estimating how many can readily get to Area 10k in the dungeons in terms of point gains from a majority of the Dungeoneers. Xlade's definitely an outlier. That's fair. But there's runes now. There's going to be more Tier 6 Crusaders. You're going to have more power for pushing further. Oh. Sterindo, what are y'all doing for Halloween? What are your costumes? I ain't doing nothing for Halloween. It's just another normal Saturday night.
Yeah, I don't have a costume, but made plans with my D&D group to watch Cats together and heckle it the whole way through, because it was the most horrific movie that the guys could think of that wasn't actually a horror movie, because they're all wieners. Like, I'm like, oh, we could watch like the Babadook or something. He's like, no, it's too scary. So I have to watch the scary movies all by myself. That's fine.
Jay says they are going to wear a fox t-shirt with ears. They're just being lazy costumers, and they're going to have the fox t-shirt, and then their friend's going to have a bunny t-shirt, and they're just going to have the ears. Armored Knight says, Cats? I can do horror, but not trauma. And Sterinda's asking which version of Cats, and it's the live action creepy human cat thing they did last year. Ugh. It's creepy.
The new one. Yep. Well, I'll tell you guys all about it next week, presuming it all happens as planned.
Lexiri is asking, what is the event Golden Epic? So, launching with the Emo's New Moon event, we are doing... where did I put that? The golden version of Victor's cowl. And yeah, so I see people in chat saying Evanescence Candle. That is the weekend promo. Golden Epic and the weekend promo is bringing buffs to Victor, Crooked Crow, President Billy, Tiernan, and the Evanescent. And Jay says, technically there's 2 live-action Cats if you count the recording of the musical, which is just as horrific.
In its own way.
In its own way, but at least it's theater costumes and not weird awful CGI. I'm sorry.
CG of like children's faces floating over mice. Oh.
Yeah. Slab McLaren 2, right, as it is right now, I think it would be a stretch for the 75 percentile dungeon player to get to... Stupid camera! What the hell?
Oh no.
Well, I'll turn it on for the last 2 minutes, I guess. Sorry. The 75 percentile dungeon player to get to level 21, let alone level 25, but with the power creep in the game over the next 2 months, it might work out well. Kedgear's asking, what role did you guys fail so that your DM made you watch that together?
No, it wasn't even his idea. It was just, yeah, the one guy who was like, I really want to do something together for Halloween, but I'm a big baby and I don't want to watch an actual horror movie. So here's the most horrific thing that I can think of.
Modem Goddess says, any chance of future weekend buffs for the newbies? Last weekend and this weekend are out of our league. Last weekend was all just tier 1 event Crusaders, but yeah, the event didn't happen last week. But this week you have a chance of getting the... At least Evanescent, he's tier 5. Mm-hmm. No, you have Victor. You can maybe get to Victor with the event this week. But I do try to include at least a base 20 or a tier 1 event Crusader in the weekend buffs. Oh, Billy's on sale on Steam. You can buy Billy and you can have Billy as the weekend buff Crusader. Xlade, aren't you guys afraid of creating an even bigger idle divide between players? There's always going to be an idle divide. So... we'll see what happens. Alright, before the camera quits again. Yeah, so that's been our live stream for Thursday, October 29th. The Emo's New Moon event should be dropping later this afternoon. If it's getting too close to 5, then I'll push it to tomorrow. The Steam Halloween sale is started, so if you're missing any of the DLC that we normally put on sale, you can pick that up. And I've been Erika, and that's been Kat. And we've been inking the Crooked Crow Crusader. That's the new Tier 6 Crusader for Emo's New Moon. Mm-hmm. And thank you to Jay for modding on the Zini Games account and grabbing all the questions from chat and running the raffles. And thank you to you guys for showing up and making this stream possible.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see you next weekend, and hopefully no one gets sick again. And there should be a Q&A on Tuesday and a stream next week.
Yeah. Everybody have a fun and safe Halloween.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Ooh.
Spooky Halloween noises.
Ooh.